All right, thanks, guys. The Rockets take on the Thunder, 8 o'clock Eastern tip-off in OKC. The Rockets are -3.5, totals 214. 62% are leaning toward Houston, 80% shaded toward the over. And at the moment, OKC is plus $1.55 at home for some money line cash. Now, they are going up against a Houston team who's 3-0 straight up in their last 3 ball games, 2-1 against the spread in those 3 contests. Houston's also 6-1 against the spread in their last 7 on the road in Oklahoma City. And speaking of Oklahoma City, they're just 4-9 against the spread in their last 13 at home, dating back to last season. The Thunder have failed to cover in 8 out of their last 9 ball games at home versus Houston. Now, scoring-wise, Oklahoma City's 4-1 to the over in their games at home this season. Houston's 3-2 to the over in their games away from home. So with all that said and done, I'm going to buy the hook, slide it down, and take Houston -3 and the over 214.5. Next game, Boston at Phoenix, 9 o'clock Eastern tip-off in Phoenix. The Celtics are -9.5, totals 214. 70% leaning toward Boston, 65% shaded toward the over. And at the moment, Phoenix is plus 405 for some money line cash. Now, Phoenix have lost 8 out of their last 9 ball games, 3-6 against the spread in that stretch. This Phoenix offense is putting up just 101 points per contest at home. They're also giving up 114 points per contest at any location, either home or away. Now, on the other side, Boston 4-2 straight up in their last 6, 4-2 straight up in their last 6 in Phoenix as well. Both teams are 4-6 to the over, 2-4 to the over at their respective locations. So with all that said and done, I'm going to purchase the hook, slide it down, and take Boston -9 and the under 214 in this one. And with that said, I just want to welcome you to the show. Excuse me. Let's try that again. With all that said, I just want to welcome you to the show. Welcome. Got some lines of personal leans out for Thursday's NBA action. We're almost at the weekend here. But before we get into some more on that, I just want to quickly remind you to check me out at patreon.com/BrockPage. And with a documented win percentage of 60% for the entire year of 2017, you're certainly costing yourself some valuable information each and every day you're not subscribed. Now, memberships begin at just $1.99 per month. There's also plenty of free content there as well. So once again, please feel free to just pause this video right now, open up your browser. All you got to do is type in patreon.com/BrockPage. It'll only take you a few seconds. Link is in the description section below. And if you are a current patron of mine and you're currently watching me right now, I simply cannot thank you enough. You most certainly make it all worth it. With that said and done, let's go ahead and jump right back into some more lines and personal leans. All starts Eastern Standard Time. And on deck, we've got Clippers, Trailblazers, 10 o'clock tip-off in Portland. The Blazers are -5, totals 226.5. 70% are leaning toward Portland, 64% shaded toward the over. And at the moment, the Clippers are plus 190 for some money line cash. Now, Portland scoring 121 points per contest at home, really putting up a lot of points in front of their home fans. They're also averaging 117 points per contest at any location. Meanwhile, the Blazers are also 4-1 against the spread in their last 5, taking on the Clippers. 4-2 straight up in their last 6 at home, taking on the Clippers as well. Meanwhile, on the other side, Los Angeles, they've dropped 2 out of their last 4 against the spread. They're also giving up 115 points per contest on the road this season. LA's 3-2 to the over in their games away from home. Portland's 4-3 to the over in their games on their home court. So with all that said and done, give me Portland -5 and the over 226.5 in this one. And that's going to bring me to my next and final game for our NBA slate of picks. We got some more picks when it comes to college basketball and hockey, but we're going to slide into some our last NBA pick, and that is going to be Milwaukee at Golden State, 10:30 tip-off in the Bay Area. Golden State's -6, totals 239.5. 75% are leaning Golden State, 58% shaded toward the over. And at the moment, the Bucks are plus 210 for some money line cash. Now, the Bucks failed to cover in 2 out of their last 3. Their defense is giving up 111 points per contest away from home. Milwaukee's also dropped 8 out of their last 10 versus Golden State. Just 1-4 straight up in their last 5 in Golden State. And this Golden State offense, man, I'll tell you what, high octane. They're putting up 123 points per contest at home. 123 points per contest at any location as well, both home or away. Golden State's 10-1 straight up overall, 7-4 against the spread for the season. They're also 4-0 against the spread in their last 4, 7-1 against the spread in their last 8. And total-wise, Golden State's 4-2 to the under in their games at home. Milwaukee's 2-2 to the under in their games away. So with all that said and done, give me Golden State -6 and the under 239 in this one. All right, that is going to do it for NBA picks. We do have some college picks, so let's go ahead and get into that, and none are on the board. Oh yeah, there's one. I'm talking about Moorhead at UConn, 7 o'clock tip-off. UConn's -12, totals 148, 76% leaning toward UConn, 60% shaded toward the under. And at the moment, Moorhead is +620 for an upset, outright victory. Now, it's going to be tough sledding for you. You're probably going to have to sweat this one out because Moorhead is just 5-15 straight up in their last 20, dating back to last season. 0-5 straight up in their last 5 away from home. This Moorhead defense gave up 83 points per contest on the road last season. Meanwhile, they're going up against a UConn team who went 11-7 straight up on their home court last year. They put up 70.3 points per contest at home last year. And total-wise, I kind of like UConn to light up the scoreboard here tonight. So I'm going to make the chalky play here. Give me UConn -12 and the over 148 in this one. Next game, Siena at George Washington. 7 o'clock tip-off at G-Dub. George Washington's -7, totals 139.5. 62% are leaning George Washington, and at the moment, Siena is +260 for some money line cash. Now, George Washington, they failed to cover in 5 out of their last 6 dating back to last year, 2-4 straight up in that very same category. Meanwhile, on the other side, Siena successfully covered the number in their lone game for the season. That was a tough loss to Providence, and they actually made that game fairly competitive. They did lose by 10, but you know, that had all the makings for a blowout there. And total-wise, both teams are 1-0 to the over so far for the season. So with all that said and done, I think I'll take a little underdog action here. Give me Siena +7 in the over, 139.5 in this one. All right, and that's going to bring me to my next and final game for college basketball. It is going to be Evansville taking on the Fighting Illini. 8 o'clock tip-off in Illinois. The Illini are -14, totals 147, 66% leaning toward Illinois, 53% shaded toward the under. And at the moment, Evansville's +825 for some money line cash. Now, if you didn't know, Evansville, their mascot is the Evansville is known as the Purple Aces. And Evansville went 17-15 straight up last season, 17-11 against the spread in qualifying games. They were also 8-5 ATS in their games away from home last year. They're taking on an Illinois squad who finished the season 14-18 straight up, just 12-16 against the spread, and 2-7 straight up in their last 9 dating back to last year. This Illinois defense also gave up 74 points per contest last year, and total-wise, I'm really just not sure that Evansville can move the ball fast enough. I don't know if they can move fast enough, score fast enough, so I'm not anticipating a whole lot of points in this one. That said, though, I do like Evansville to cover. Give me Evansville +14 and the under, 147 in this one. All right, that is going to bring me to NHL action, and we got a pretty big slate here tonight for NHL. So let me just get those notes ready for that. All right. The Coyotes travel to Philly to take on the Flyers. 7 o'clock puck drop in South Philly. The Flyers are -160, total 6. Arizona's +140 for some money line cash. And at the moment, Philly's +190 for some puck line cash. Now, Philly's given up 4.3 goals per game at home. Just 2-4 straight up in their games on their home ice. Philadelphia's also failed to cover in 5 out of their last 6 puck lines. at the Wells Fargo Center. Meanwhile, on the other side, Arizona's 5-1 straight up in their last 6, 4-2 straight up in their last 6, taking on the Flyers. Arizona's playing some really good defense right now. They're giving up just 2.3 goals per game on average away from home. And total-wise, both